buck's up here, Ron.
Long main beams, great mass. Okay, what do you think of him?
That's a great deer.
I wanted to shoot that buck.
It's a long-range game of hide and seek and the challenge of staying hidden in the open sandhill country of Nebraska on this Winchester Whitetail Revolution.
Right here. There's your shot.
Gotta be a big buck if Lyndon is excited. Dead on 374 to that buck. He's the one standing, the second one up on the hillside.
Yep, the one facing left. There he is, right there.
Here goes.
Long main beams, that look like. Good spread. He's at least 18, if not 19.
Western Nebraska's sandhill country's a hidden whitetail paradise, lying in wide open spaces. The rut is on. And today, host Ron Spomer has veteran Nebraska guide Lyndon Branson to show him the way.
These sandhills are something impressive. Driving in, I went for 2 hours through nothing but this. Rolling sandhills country grassland. And they've got whitetails. I can hardly believe it. But Steve Stoltz was in here, and I guess he got a 140, he said.
I like him.
He's right there pushing that doe. Look at him.
They're kind of getting further away, though. He's 220 right now. I'm gonna turn my head around. It's getting in the way. He's getting further away. I don't have a shot right now. Lyndon, I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take him. Are you ready?
Whenever you are, Steve.
Okay, here goes. Yes!
He's down. You hit him hard.
He's down.
He's down, Steve.
Awesome buck.
Great deer for the sandhill.
Thanks, man.
140 is a good deer in any location, let alone out in this grass. Probably the most extensive grasslands I've ever hunted in, and I've hunted in a lot of grasslands.
There are lots of big upper end whitetails in that kind of country. Why? Because nobody thinks they're there, and they survive well.
Yeah, Nebraska is another one of those cool states to hunt. When you get up in the sandhills, you start getting into more mule deer country, but it's a place that holds some really, really big whitetails that's not hunted that much.
You have a chance to hunt Boone and Crockett whitetail, Boone and Crockett muleys, and elk. There's very few places in the nation that have all that combined into one perfect state.
These are no different than other whitetails. They just have different terrain that they live in and that they have adapted to over the last 40 to 50 years. It's a challenging hunt. It's a very rewarding hunt because you can often get well within rifle range without having to stretch your abilities.
There we are. Now I'm a little bit low, but that could translate to being high at 100 yards. So I'm safe now to be on paper at 100 yards.
I'm in a great area back in Pennsylvania where I can create anything that I want to. And I do, whether I'm going for Cape Buffalo or whether I'm going to be shooting in the fog, whatever the situation's going to be in. Maybe you're going to have to shoot across water or a creek. Then set that up at home if it's possible. Sticks, trees, backpacks, all off the knee, all those kind of things.
Now I can crank up my magnification. That's about as good as it gets. I'm gonna run down there and double check, but I think we're sighted in 3 inches high. With a 243 95 grain ballistic silver tip, wow, we've got ourselves a flat shooting prairie rifle. Beautiful bright scope. I don't think we can miss with a setup like this.
Try to practice and be ready because there's all kinds of situations come across you when you're in the field here hunting whitetail.
So I ended up there on my last shot, and that is just about 3 inches high. So we are ready to go deer hunting. That is one sweet shooting rifle with that 95 grain ballistic silver tip.
Just a little wind out of the south today. That'll be good though.
Nice. Look at there. You know what? I smell deer.
That's a great thing to smell.
Yes.
Right. The first morning Ron was here, we leave camp in the dark like every other camp, and we soon were encountering whitetails.
Boy, he's pretty tall.
That's a mid-140s 8-point right there.
You're darn right it is.
See if you can make it to that bale, Ron. Oh, this is working. We're going to get there.
Oh, I got an easy shot. Oh, he's a beauty. Look at the main beams on this guy. That's hard to pass up and sorely, sorely tempting. Good does. There he goes, following the doe up.
Some does. There's a big buck.
Now I'm thinking this has got to be a big buck if Lyndon is excited.
Not this big, like long tines like that. Let's go.
Winchester Whitetail Revolution is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, and by Redfield, the soul of the American hunter.
That's only 200 yards. A shoulder shot would do him. Ooh. What do you think, Lyndon?
That's a great deer.
I've got a perfect rest on his bale.
The first buck we came across was a really nice 4x4, long tine, whitetail, right with the doe. I mean, Ron hit here with the peak of the rut was on.
Gonna go to the top here pretty soon. Okay, the doe's, here he goes, following the doe up. Gonna get skyline in, you're gonna really appreciate that rack. Look at that height on those tines. Well, if he finishes growing that out next year, he's gonna be a right pushing on Boone and Crockett.
I wanted to shoot that buck. Lyndon talked me out of it. He's been mentioning some bigger 5x5s he sees. First day, in the morning, I don't think we want to shoot this buck yet.
Can't believe it.
I know, first morning, that's a great deer, but at 8 point, let's try for something better.
I know, I hear you. I mean, a grade 8 is always fun, but if you've got better on the first morning, what the heck?
And the weather's supposed to clear up, so we should do better.
This is one of those I'm gonna kick myself later deals. I'm starting to think Nebraska is my favorite new whitetail hunting state. I've hunted up around Valentine, and last year I took a beautiful 142 4x4 buck. Reminded me a lot of that one I passed up here.
I gotta clear some grass here, and that doe's in the way. Now I gotta get him turned broadside. Okay, you ready? Call my shot here. That's a hit, isn't it?
Yeah, you got him. He doesn't want to leave that doe.
Did he hit? What's he doing? Didn't he act like he's hit? I got him.
He's hit. You don't want to leave that doe.
Good grief, he's like...
Go ahead and hit him again, Ron.
Yeah, wait, that doe. Okay, here he goes. Turns there. Okay, you ready?
Go ahead. You got him.
Down.
He's down.
Ooh, he looked like
Good
a big
shot.
Oh, wow, is he worth waiting for?
Yep.
Look at the length on this one. And I thought, this is really spectacular whitetail hunting for Nebraska, which I have really never thought of as a great whitetail state.
Natural mule deer habitat, this part of Nebraska's seen a real growth in whitetail.
Here in the Sandhills, where I do my guiding and hunting around, we have it's maybe a 50-50 mix, whitetail or mule deer. And if you're on a whitetail hunt, you best know the difference.
You'll see at the end of that little rope tail, they got a black tip. And that's why some folks in the old days especially used to call them blacktails. But the actual blacktail is out in the Pacific Northwest.
Of course, a mule deer is much different looking as far as the branch antlers and kind of the bigger sway back type animal and bigger ears. That's what you want to key on. Bigger ears, smaller tail. Whitetail, of course, have the smaller ears and a big whitetail.
Where they're living next to each other, you really need to take a moment and look that deer over before you pull the trigger to make sure you're getting the one you were after.
The grass in the way right there. What a wonderful season, the rut. Carefree, nothing to do but chase girls. Let's just go straight at her and see what happens, huh?
We were running out of time, the day was getting short, but we decided to just basically rush the situation, push it. The buck's up here, Ron.
Sometimes you get a really, really big one. Okay, what do you think of him?
That's a great deer.
I wanted to shoot that buck.
Like an 8-point whitetail, working his way up from that meadow. See him over there, headed up that little mowed road?
Oh, I think I see him. Yep, just came out of that brush pocket. Going
yeah, out of that horseweed.
And then he's got like a road going up there, mowed.
Mm-hmm.
I got him. Just one. That's all I see.
That's all I see.
Doesn't look real wide or particularly high to me.
No, it's just maybe to his ears, a 120 class deer is all that is.
Oh yeah, I see he's turned his head now. No, yeah. I mean, that's a nice deer, but for out here, first day, you got better stuff than that.
I think we'll go see what else we can find, okay?
Let's make it like a 190 buck. Let's do that.
It's been a real eye-opener for host Ron Spomer to find so many good whitetail in western Nebraska with outfitter Lyndon Branson. The numbers have even made him confident about passing up deer.
Yeah, we had some really nice encounters with any number of bucks. You expect to see a lot of those 130 to 140 class, but sometimes you get a really, really big one. You see him? He's just over the top of the hay bales heading for that windmill.
Yep, I see you back now.
Yeah, I saw antlers early. There, see that?
Yep, straight up.
He's not too bad. Looks like a big 8-point, but that's... There's some more ears sticking up on the other side. Some does or something in there. See him? Just over the hay bale.
I see him half their head.
Yeah, there's a bunch of deer over there. If we can get dropped down, wind's just right.
Wind's perfect.
We can go right up to those hay bales and pop over on them. I'll get my rifle. Anytime I see a 4x4 that's got potential, I want to get a better look at him. And we had these hay bales for cover. That is always a great way to stalk in open country like this.
Get behind them and you can oftentimes cover several hundred yards out of sight. I mean, you can stand up and walk upright.
Looks like that doe's got us pinned. Maybe he'll come up too. You can see her ears yet. He's going to the left. Bring your boyfriend over. What do you think, Lyndon? If we move, is she gonna blow now?
She'll take the rest of them with her. We'll try to almost rush the situation.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about, just rushing. But as long as she's watching, there's no rushing going on. Are they gonna go up the valley or up the hills?
They're gonna go up the hill, because that's where they always go for cover.
We'll have an open shot at least if they go that way.
She still got us.
Yeah, she's gonna stare us down for 10, 15 minutes.
It's getting late in the day here. We're gonna need to make a move on something, huh?
Let's just go straight at her and see what happens.
Okay.
We were running out of time. Day was getting short, and we were needing to see if that animal was a trophy. So we decided to just basically rush the situation, push it.
Go that way. See all the does.
No buck, Ron. Buck's not there.
See that? He's got to follow him. Okay, come on. If that buck just shows up in that same place.
Ron, the buck's up here, Ron.
Oh, he's way out there.
Let's go over and get right behind his windmill and walk up behind that windmill.
Get the range on him. 350. I can hit him if I need to.
If open country shots could be 75 yards to whatever your abilities really are, including what the gun's capabilities are. With practice, and if you know what your gun is doing, you can pull those shots off.
It's all about practicing with your finely tuned rifle on this Tecumseh Trophy Tip.
I'm David Morris. Everything about this rifle is designed for it to shoot accurately. Now it's my job then to shoot it accurately. That means I've got to practice, I've got to be familiar with my gun. If you've got the same box of shells you've had for 3 or 4 seasons, you are not ready to encounter a trophy whitetail. Get your butt out there and start shooting. You've got to be able to close the deal when the chance comes. And I owe it to that animal to make a good, clean shot. That's your job as a hunter. That's your sole job, your primary job as a hunter, to make a good, clean, humane kill. Get the right rifle, get familiar with it, shoot, practice, and then be ready when the moment of truth comes. I'm David Morris. See you next time on Tecumseh Trophy Tips.
To continue this and other conversations with David, go to tecumseh.com.
Okay, what do you think of him?
Ron, he's just an 8-point.
I don't think he's good enough.
No, not for first day, Ron.
I thought so, but...
He's a solid 125, but he's just an 8-point.
Yeah, that's, you got way better deer than that, don't you?
We do, we do.
That was a fun stalk anyway. Man, it's amazing what you can do out in this open country. They're working away from you and that wind blowing you, they don't know anything.
They don't.
Great, I love it.
No tree stands and no blinds, it's an awesome way to hunt. You know, I kind of relate it more like to run and gun turkey hunting, because you're on the ground, you're with them, you're chasing them, Granted, you're going to screw up a lot more animals this style of hunting than you would if you're in a tree stand or in a ground blind.
I mean, that was the right move to push those does, because he's either going to follow those does up the hill, or they're going to run off like they did, and we're going to say, oh shoot, here he is working his way up the valley.
We didn't know it, but he'd walked right by them, paid them no attention, and went on.
And this way, you saw him going up the valley. Let's go find a bigger one.
All right, do it. And since the day was even getting shorter and shorter, we just ran back to the truck and took off looking for the last push to try to find something for the evening.
Before the day is done, we've got to find them.
We will. Right here. There's your shot.
It's got to be a big buck if Lyndon is excited. Dead on 374 to that buck. He's the one standing, the second one up on the hillside.
Yep, the one facing left. There he is, right there.
Here goes.
Winchester Whitetail Revolution is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, and by Redfield, the soul of the American hunter.
Well, they are big-bodied animals, though they really fool you when they first jump up. They just hide in all those little holes and swales up there. That's really an interesting behavior. Just goes to show you how adaptable whitetails are. They'll just figure a way to make it work. Look at that guy. And he's in within rifle range. There he cuts across again. Look at that. That is cool. That is really something.
As we were finishing up the last evening run in the truck, I knew I was going to wind up where I wanted to be, where another really hot core area for the whitetails. Okay, Ron, we're pulling into this really swampy area where we see whitetails often. I'm going to leave the truck back here so we don't bump anything. You kind of take that little ridge over there. I'm going to go up over the top here. I'm going to look at this ridge over here, okay? Okay. Well, yeah, and I'll hire you if I see something. Right?
I got to get some of my gear organized here, so go ahead.
So we got out of the truck, and Ron was back at the truck still getting stuff ready. So I walked to the ridge just to the left, and I didn't hardly go anywhere. And I was spotting whitetails.
There's some does. There's a big buck. Ron, get your stuff on. There's a buck over the hill here.
What did you see?
Let's go, Ron. Big 10-point. Not this big, like long tines like that. Let's go.
Lyndon was all excited, and after we passed up some nice 4 points on that one particularly high haul, long tine 4x4 early in the morning, now I'm thinking this has got to be a big buck if Lyndon is excited.
I was looking over that hill right there. He was in these trees right here. He was pushing the doe around. There goes the doe. There she goes. There she goes. He's right with her.
Got trees in the way, man.
Okay, Ron, we gotta go. Let's go. Right here. There's your shot.
What's the range?
374, Ron.
Dead on 374 to that buck. He's the one standing, the second one up on the hillside.
Yep, the one facing left. There he is, right there.
Here goes.
Giant down.
Oh yeah, right down.
Yeah.
He went right down, didn't he? He's just lying there. I think he's done for.
I think so. I think he's all yours.
He's not moving.
I mean, we could tell that it was a tremendous buck. Upper end for this area, that is for sure.
There's your shot.
What's the range?
374, Ron.
By golly, I know the trajectory of that 243 pretty well, and 374 is definitely doable. Get a little daylight over his back, and you've got a good 16 inches of vital zone to drop the bullet into. One shot, 95 grain ballistic silver tip from that Winchester bullet. Pow! Did the job.
Giant down.
Oh yeah.
Ron's professional. Ron does this for a living. He's very comfortable with his gun. Shoots it all year long, and he knows his maximum effective range.
The effective range is how well you know your weapon, and getting intimate with your gun, knowing what ballistics that gun's shooting, how well it shoots at 200, 300, 400 yards.
Winchester's got a chart out. It'll tell you exactly how much kinetic energy it has at 400 yards, you know? So you look at that distance, and he's done that ahead of time. When he gets ready to pull the trigger, he's got confidence in the weapon that he's using, the bullet that he's using, and his own personal ability.
Look at this thing, Ron.
Whoa. I couldn't believe how wide he was when he ran away. Oh, beautiful tine length. Look at this. That's almost a 12-inch tine right there. Lyndon, You've been holding out on me.
I was saving, no, I was holding out for you. Just for you, man.
Oh man, first day, woo! Holy macaronis.
The experience hunting with Ron has been a real treat. The amount of knowledge that he has about whitetails, of all the many places he hunts, and Ron brought a lot of that to the table and was able to enlighten me on a lot of stuff. It's been a great experience.
Antlers sticking out everywhere. It was like no question. I didn't even count the tines. I just knew with a main beam like that and that kind of spread, that is a trophy deer. Woo! These grasslands are amazing. How many of us in America this 21st century can walk those kinds of distances, go for miles and miles and never hit a road or a power line, never hear truck traffic? This Sandhills hunt with Lyndon Branson was spectacular. Man, that is a special deer. Special, special deer.